Well, look, Owen's not the only one that you're apparently putting on a wrestling clinic with. I mean, like I said, you worked with Brett, but now also in the lead up to Mania, you're going to work with and defeat Tim Horner in a match that Meltzer would call one of the best TV squash matches in years. Tim Horner is not likely a name that will come up often. What can you tell us about White Lightning, Tim Horner?
Tim Horner and I are really good friends. And we don't see each other often now, but back when we were both working for Bill Watts, that's where Tim and I became friends. And yeah, I mean, Tim was one of those guys who, I mean, he had it. He was really good, but he just never became he never became a big star. It was, I don't know. Uh, he good in the ring, but maybe not so good on the mic. I'm just not sure. And a lot of things in wrestling are timing too.
Hmm.
And again, he wasn't really big. He wasn't like a super body on him or anything like that. What I had was size. I didn't have a super body either. I mean, I always looked like an athlete, but I hated that muscle bound look. I mean, that's like, yeah, you look like you should be in a posing show instead of in the ring sometimes.
Right. And your thing was more about having good matches, which Tim was capable of. I
Yeah,
think that guys like Tim and Jake and I were just talking about Terry Taylor a little bit. Like guys like that, like yeah, Terry had look, he had the ring skills, but did he
yeah,
have that X factor? Maybe not.
yeah. And I agree. Jake is right. I mean, Terry Taylor knows the business. I mean, even now, I think Terry is one of the guys who's an instructor down in Orlando.
Hmm.
And Terry and I have been friends for a long time, and a hell of a worker. But just you know, the charisma, the over the top, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Just
exactly.
didn't have it.
And I think that a guy like Tim Horner probably suffered from the same thing. Technically great, or like a Bobby Heenan, Bobby Eaton is another good example. Like
Yeah, yeah,
technically sound, great worker, everybody loves him, but just
yeah,
maybe not doesn't have that X factor or charisma.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Charisma. You either have it or you don't. You can't teach it to anybody.
That's it, man. And yeah, it's a shame because a guy like Tim Warner, it's like, man, I bet he would have put on some clinic matches
Yeah.
with other guys, but he's got to have the opportunity.